Hey guys, here we are once again, Larry's Backyard Garage. We're back on the project. 1949 Mercury chop top, dropped, 4-door sedan. Been working it. Been sandblasting, stripping it down to bare metal, getting all that rust off. Been quite the job. That quarter panel right there, the top piece, from here to there, that's all been sandblasted, primed. I haven't painted that yet. The bottom one I'm replacing. This door right here, that was completely sandblasted, primed like that, and then painted with some Rust-Oleum black. Just doing this one panel at a time. I'm spraying a primer on there and scuffing it and then putting the Rust-Oleum on there just to protect it for now, because I don't have time to do all the body work and all that, so I'm just trying to keep it from rusting back up. Eventually that'll all get sanded and I'll be body working and then doing the entire car, but for now that's what we're doing. And this door here, I sandblasted this yesterday. Those little areas that are already painted, I done those last week. That's already been taken to bare metal and primed and painted. Gonna be going back over that. And that down there was where there was paint that I scrubbed off. And you can see just how rough the bottom of these doors are. The back door, I don't know if you can see in the pictures, but there's holes in there. You know, when you sandblast, if you got thin metal, it turns to Swiss cheese. But these doors will be reskinned about the bottom, I'd say the bottom 6, probably about the bottom 6 to 8 inches will be reskinned on all 4 doors, because it's rusty everywhere. And you can see the mess I'm running into at the bottom of that fender right there. Just rusted out, patched up, so I got to see if I can get a patch panel for that. If not, I'm just going to make one. And you can see where the fender's pieced together right here. They basically widened it a couple of inches. That's coming out, and these two pieces are going to be brought back together and welded back up. I'm going back to stock original. And if you remember from the last video, this little section here I started cleaning with muriatic acid with a towel, and I was going to do the whole car that way, and I realized that's just too much work. It's too smelly, it's too I don't know, messing with acid is just rough. It burns your skin and it just destroys stuff. So looked in the shed and I found that I had a small sandblaster in there that I'd forgotten about, so I dug that out and I've been using that. It's a slow process, but it works, and I'm not in a hurry, so I'm doing like 1 or 2 panels at a time. And you can see down there where I left off. That's where I quit. But I just wanted to show it to you before I put primer on it. I wanted you guys to see what it looked like in bare metal, so that way you know I'm really actually doing the work. I'm not just spraying primer over rust and trying to pass it off as good work. You know, there's nothing pretty about this kind of work. It's a nasty, dirty, hot, tiresome job, but you know, at the end, this car, you're going from rust and crust to something that looks much better. You know, so like this bottom panel, you can see how rusty and crusty that is. You're going from that to that. This panel here, I did not sandblast it because I'm going to be replacing that. The only thing I'm going to use from this panel is this up here. Just the outer edges. I'll be welding the new piece. It's a replacement piece. I'll be welding over. I'll be cutting this out, and I'll be laying the new panel over and welding. So you can see a little sand right there. So I will be sandblasting all of this edge and then welding my new skin over the top. after I cut the rest out. Now, I haven't painted this area here yet because where I put this piece in for the gas filler, I still got to do the body work, so I decided not to do that yet. And down here where these original holes from the original taillights are, I'm going to be filling those in, welding metal in, because I'm not going to use the original taillights. I'm going to do custom taillights. And I've got some rust holes here and there that I got to fix. And on this tail pan, I sandblasted a few rust spots on it yesterday that I got to primer up and fix. And this side here I haven't got to yet. All that brown is just surface rust. I've got to work on that. So probably next week I'll be starting probably right there and then go into there. And then I'm going to save that fender there for last because it's huge and it's going to take some time. All the stuff that you see with paint on it, what I'm doing with the painted areas, the paint is very thick on this car, so I'm taking in a 36 grit disc and I'm grinding all the paint off, and then I'm kind of going over it with the, you know, either the DA sander with the 80 grit, or I'm just, you know, lightly going over it with my sandblaster. You know, down here I just, you can't really see it, but like right there it looks a little different because I just sanded that with the DA sander. I didn't sandblast that because that was covered with paint. And that's what I'll be doing on the top, and that cowl right there, this cowl piece here. On the top I'll just be taking the 36 grit and getting the paint off, and then I will be sandblasting any rust spots. So we're slowly getting there. It's a slow process. The problem is here lately it's been extremely hot, humid, and it rains almost every single day, so you really can't be out here doing metal work and painting and stuff like that when it's raining. Now, as far as the deck lid and the hood goes, I've got them in a little bit better shape. They're going to look at my little 46 Chevy chop top pickup. And you see back here, there's the trunk lid. That has been stripped down to bare metal and primed. The bodywork has been roughed in. It definitely is not perfect. It definitely needs more work. Today I'm going to be wet sanding that, and then this week I'm going to be laying on some glazing putty and reblocking that thing out, and then I'll be repriming it, and maybe probably do that a couple of times till I get that where I want it, and then I'll be painting it with some flat black Rust-Oleum. The hood, this hood I stripped it completely down to bare metal. It wasn't all rusty or anything, so I was able to take the 36 grit to it and take it down, and any rust spots that were on there that wouldn't come off, I sandblasted. Now, I primered that with the same primer and wet sanded it, and then I painted this flat black on there. Because it's sitting outside, I need to seal the metal up. But it's got a few small dents and things in it, and scratches and things in it that need to be worked. So when the weather gets a little bit better, I'll be scrubbing it down and laying on some putty here and there and some glazing putty here and there and blocking it out a few more times and repriming and repainting it. And I still got these cracks on both sides that I got to weld up. But all in all, yeah, you can see this one here too. Right there, I gotta fix that. But all in all, it's looking pretty good. I mean, right now it's not perfect at all. It's just roughed in. But both of these panels have been taken down completely to bare metal because they both had thick paint on them. So they've been taken down to bare metal. We're priming, we're painting. And this isn't the final paint job by any means. This is just me putting on some paint to preserve the metal and keep it from rusting up until I can get back to it. And this car needs a whole lot of work, and it's going to take a whole lot of time. So It's not a matter of getting it done quick. It's just a matter of getting it done over time. So anyways, I just want to show you. I am working on it. I'm trying to make some progress on it, but it's slow. But every little bit of progress adds up. So we'll get it eventually. It's just not going to happen overnight. Anyways, that's all I got for today. All right, take care. See you next time.